Hey guys, so for the second week of NvestNus, we're going to talk about financial advisory. I'm Jack Knight,
I'm Charles Sitch.
and the first thing we're going to talk about today is what is a financial advisor? So, financial advisor is someone you hire to help you plan for the future and grow your money. These people will help you plan for big things in your life or help you make big decisions in your life. How much you should be spending on a house, retirement plans, what insurance is best suited for you. And it's a little late for you, but down the road when you have kids, if you want to save for their college, they'll help you pay for college tuition. They'll help you make a plan to pay for college tuition down the road. The price of a financial advisor varies very much. They can cost as little as $4 a month using a robo-advisor. There's many different services for those. We'll talk about that a little later. But for where you're going to be at in life, let's just say you have a regular full-time job, not making any crazy money, like millions. You make a couple $100,000 a year, 100,000, 50,000. You're going to be paying 100, 300, 500 an hour, basically. And they'll charge different financial advisors will charge differently. They'll do it a basis of your assets. They'll charge an hourly rate, typically, at a, regular advisor level. And that can vary, if you make a bunch of money, you're investing with BlackRock or Vanguard or State Street, one of those big places, it varies. But for you, more realistically, for now, it's good to start, get one for $4 a month. Later down the road, you can start to pay a little bit more, a higher, better one. All right, why is it important to have a financial advisor? It's important because they create opportunities for you to invest proficiently, especially now or maybe ever. You might not know the key things in advising. It's a very deep subject. These people study a ton. They go to college. They take certain exams. They get certified. They have to have their MBA, some of them. It's something I want to do after I graduate. And they just help you with personal finance. If you have a financial advisor, they're going to help you decide what you should do with your money. That way you don't have to worry about it. Like I said before with the robo-advisors. So a robo-advisor is a low-cost way to start to save or invest. This is perfect for someone our age. Someone first getting a financial advisor, first opening a retirement account. This is perfect. They'll ask you a group of questions, none complicated, nothing difficult. They're just going to ask how much risk you want to take with your money, how much you're going to invest, what's your long-term plan with investing. Just simple questions like that. That way they know what to do. It's all based on algorithms, so it's not a personalized thing. It's not like if you have a complicated situation down the road, you've got a bunch of debt, you want to plan to buy a house, but more complicated things, it's not the route you want to go down. But for now, when you want to open a retirement account, you want to have, your money invested. This is perfect. $4 a month on Betterment. There's a ton of different services. That's just to name one. But it's a great way to get started. All right. So I'll move it over to Charlie.
All right, so role of a financial advisor. So advisors use their knowledge and expertise to construct personalized financial plans that aim to achieve the financial goals of their clients. So think of a financial advisor as someone like a teacher, okay? So they're here to educate you on financial literacy, to help to guide you into making the right choices when it comes to financial situations. So hopefully you could come to a point where you no longer need to use a financial advisor consistently. So some of the subjects that they deal with include savings, budgeting, insurance, tax strategies. So all of these are financial situations that people struggle with, and financial advisors, they're experts in all of these areas in order to help you. So it's important for a financial advisor to check in with their clients on a regular basis to reevaluate their current situation and plan. So yeah, this is not someone you're going to see once a decade. This will be someone that you'll meet up with regularly, so you can discuss where you are, where you're still struggling with and need help with, and also where you're financially stable with. So a little bit more about a financial advisor, some of what the life of a financial advisor would be like. So they work full-time, they work more than standard of 40 hours per week. So yeah, financial advisors, they deal with multiple clients, they deal with multiple financial plans, multiple situations, multiple challenges, and that makes financial advisors, it makes it a pretty busy lifestyle, and it can be somewhat stressful. That being said, pay, $95,390. That's a pretty good payment for a job like this. Also remember, financial advisors, in the end, they're here to help you. They're here to help people with making smart choices so they can be good with financial savings and make that one less thing to worry about in your life. So about 25,600 openings are rejected each year on an average over the decade, because yeah, financial advisors are needed. Okay, this is a good job, and unfortunately, this is not really a job that most people seem to lean towards. So you guys are all currently in high school, upperclassmen, about to enroll in college, when you're thinking about future career paths. Maybe you might want to look at a financial advisor, see if that fits what you want to be. All right, so how to get a financial advisor. So anyone can get a financial advisor and get personal finances on track. So best financial planner is one who can help chart a course for all your financial needs. So remember, when you're thinking about a financial advisor, think about where you are with your situation, what you're good with, what you need help with. Everybody's different. It all depends on unique and personal circumstances, and finding an advisor who aligns with your goals, listens to your needs, and acts in your best interest. So remember, you want a financial advisor who understands who you are, and also you understand who they are, so you could communicate better and connect with them better. So it'll be easy for both of you to figure out the best answer to your situation. So getting a financial advisor continued. So again, one thing you have to here are 5 tips for you in order for finding an advisor that best suits your situation. So one thing, you have to identify financial needs. So I briefly went over that, but I'll go over in more detail this time. So remember, it's all finding an advisor. Everybody's looking for an advisor for different reasons. Okay, you can't just talk to someone and recommend that advisor if your friend is using an advisor for completely different reasons. Okay, remember, it all depends where you are and your financial situation. Okay, it also depends on what your age is, where you currently are in your life, whether you're working or not. So yeah, you're identifying your own personal financial needs. So once you figure out where you are with that, then you could understand what types of financial advisors are available. This requires research. So again, savings, retirement, tax, debt. You can find financial advisors who are experts in all of these different areas. Okay, so this helps you Doing this also helps you figure out where you're good with and where you're struggling with. Because you don't need a financial advisor that deals with retirement if you're set on that. So because of that, you also have to review the range of options for financial advisors. Again, just going over, finding one that best situates your needs. So another important thing is you have to consider how much you can afford to pay an advisor. Everybody's different. When it comes to this, it more depends on how financially literate you are. If you have a good understanding of money, you have a good understanding of what the right actions are, then you really don't need to spend too much for a financial advisor. You just need one who's here to just back up what you're saying or explain that you might need to rethink that plan. But if you're not financially literate, or if you don't really know the basic money, if you're not good with financial literacy, you might need to think about spending a little bit more for an advisor who does. Because in the end, financial advisors they are more knowledgeable about this than you are. So in the end, choose one that you know is best for you. Finally, vet the financial advisor's background, okay? So remember, financial advisors are here to help you. That being said, not everybody has the ethics of what a financial advisor should be like. There will be people who will try to scam you, okay? There will be people who try and sell you with insurance so they could get more out of you. So really make sure you do your research. Make sure this is someone you could trust with your personal financial information. Because again, you're putting your financial needs in their hands. So make sure you're giving this information to someone you can fully trust with. Okay, so another key topic is avoiding debt. So financial literacy compels us to save for retirement, invest in insurance, and avoid getting into debt. So when it comes to debt, you guys are in high school. It's only going to get more expensive the older you go. It's never going to get cheaper. CNBC reports that the average American today is around $38,000 in personal debt, are digging themselves into a deeper hole every year. This is because people are making bad choices, spending too much money that they can't afford. They're buying stuff on credit and pushing it back until the day it comes to pay. So one thing that can help you guys prevent this is being knowledgeable, at least have basic money smarts. Again, you don't have to know everything like a financial advisor would. That being said, if you know the basics, if you know to keep track of yourself and budget correctly, then that will help you make sure that you're not going to get into deep debt. So I'm gonna go back to Jack.
All right. So, being smart with money. Now this piggybacks off of what Charlie just said with that. You want to keep money set aside for emergencies. An emergency is going to pop up over the course of your life. So it's smart to have money budgeted out, ready there for when you have a real problem. Car breaks down, pet needs surgery, whatever else. If you have money set aside, it'll prevent stress, and you'll be able to just focus on your issue rather than having to try to find money to pay for your problem, being stressed about the problem. It just causes a huge mess. If you have money set aside, you'll be ready. And it's really smart to implement strategies on how to spend and save efficiently. if you are smart with your money and you know how much you make every paycheck, if you have a part-time job, and you know your expenses, gas, food, whatever else. If you budget out that money every week, stick to how much you're willing to spend, put money away, put money set aside. That way, you've got money down in the future, especially when you go to college. You've probably heard it a million times. Save for college, save for college, save for college. And you're probably like, whatever, who cares? I was at least that way. I did eventually save, but the earlier you start to save, the less stress in college. You don't have to have a job, focus on your studies. It's better that way. Smart to just be financially savvy, know the basics. This is a great way to start with NvestNus, but you have to continue, looking into ways to budget, because it all doesn't click the same way for all people. If you like to use technology, Excel is perfect. Set up your expenses, set up how much you make, keep track of everything. And at least with me, once I started to budget out my money, you're more inclined to save instead of spending on frivolous things, instead of, buying something now that's expensive. Maybe you wait until Black Friday, just thinking ahead in the future. That way you set money aside and you don't, bite yourself in the future. Retirement. Really important to start to plan for retirement early. As a high schooler, you're thinking, that's way ahead in the future. I don't need to worry about it. I got a million other things to stress about before then. That's true, but when you're that age, if you start saving early and put money into an IRA or whatever other retirement account, it accrues money over time. If you put a small amount away every month, say now, as a junior or senior in high school, you put $20 away every week to a retirement account. By the time you retire, when you're 65 or 70 or however old you'll be when you retire, you'll be surprised by how much money's in there. Hundreds of thousands of dollars plus. It'll just help with how comfortable you are when you retire, which is really important. You don't want to retire and then be scraping for money, because a 401k is good, but that doesn't come until you have a full-time job, with good benefits and all of these things. That's down the road. You can start by opening an IRA now and plan ahead for the future. And as time goes on and Social Security starts to dwindle, it's becoming increasingly and more important to think about retirement earlier. You don't want to be caught in a bad situation where you're not going to get any money from Social Security, or maybe it's very little. Like now, you can't necessarily live off of just Social Security. You have to have another plan. You have to have more money set away. So thinking about it now, putting away a little bit of money now, by the time you have a better and better job, you can increase your contributions to your IRAs, your 401ks, how much you invest, all of these things that go along with a financial advisor. A financial advisor will help you with all these things. These are all very important things to think about as you get older and as you continue to make more money. That's how you stay wealthy. You grow your wealth. And lastly, I just want to talk about how this week we're going to have Les Quick come in. He's an alumni of St. Bonaventure, very successful in the financial advisory field. He's the owner and founder, CEO of Simon Quick Advisors. Many different offices, very successful in the field. It's great that he's gonna talk to all of us. I'm pretty sure later this week or early next week there will be a video up of him and a couple NvestNus members. They're gonna have like a little Q&A session. They'll probably ask the basics, maybe go a little bit more in depth than we did. Les Quick will have a much better insight on all of these topics. He's done this for years. I highly recommend watching that. Highly recommend coming on Fridays for the engagement days. And thank you guys.